Hello, friends. It's good to have you seeing me. I'm gonna do a tarot reading tonight. It's just a general reading. We're gonna start with the Enchanted Map Oracle cards. Forgive me, I am a little slow tonight. Today wasn't the best day. You ever have a shitty day? I did. So, we're just trying to take it off from me. I'm gonna read some tarot and feel better. That's the goal. Because everything sucks right now. Except for the Super Bowl halftime show, I guess. That was pretty good. I enjoyed it. I like the set pieces. That was pretty cool. I liked it a lot. I hope you like the sound of shuffling cards. Because there will be a lot of that. If you've never been here before, I don't pull cards from the top. I take cards as they fall. It just feels better that way for me. Every tarot reader is different. Alright. That was pretty quick. We got the Bone Collector. Card number 1. How nice. We like that. Let's take a look at the Bone Collector. Pardon my voice. When I've had a bad day, I tend to yell in my car, and so my voice is a little hoarse. Don't mind me. The Bone Collector. You are whole and have everything you need within. Well, that's nice. That makes me feel a little bit better about my day. See, immediately feeling better. Isn't that nice? All right. When the Bone Collector appears, she is asking you to look closely at your circumstances to see if you're fully present or reacting out of past conditioning and unconscious expectations. Yeah, I feel a little called out. I'm not gonna lie. That's fair. You know, it happens. Here, take a look at the old lady while I read to you so it's not so boring. Whenever you're wounded, especially when you're young, it's as if something essential is stolen from us. We adapt and accept a particular version of the truth that then sets us up to behave a certain way in the future when faced with a situation that reminds us of the original event. What we know about ourselves thus becomes influenced by a perception of limitation. You may feel unworthy or without courage. You may see yourself as flawed or unlovable or expect to be criticized. No matter what your question, the Bone Collector reminds you that the truth is that you are a powerful being with limitless possibilities. Do pardon me. She has kept safe what was stolen from you in the wounding, and is here for you as you reclaim it now. You have everything you believe you lack, and the Bone Collector is your inner resource. Act as if you have what you need, and you'll find you have it after all. Yeah, the act as if, I get that. Act as if. Anything is possible. With awareness, the wounds of the past need not define you. Okay, well, that's a good place to start. Let's pull out some tarot cards to expand on that then. Shall we? Behave as though. Behave as though. Not to be delusional. You don't need to be delulu or act silly. Just act as though you already have everything you need in order to be successful, in order to get what you want, you know? You already have everything you need in order to get what you want, to get to the place you want to be. It's just a matter of making conscious choices rather than behaving in the same ways we have in the past. Yeah. Yeah. I get it. Do. Let's get started. This is, by the way, my Game of Thrones tarot deck. Forgive me if I do not remember the name of the characters. It has been some time since I watched the show. I just like the pretty pictures. Alright, so our first card is the Lovers. It did come out reversed, so I am tempted to believe that the energy is blocked, which would make sense because the Lovers represents the source energy, that kind of spirit that embodies universal, unconditional love, right? It's that kind of energy, but that energy is being blocked, right? So our connection to the divine love well, essentially, that source that makes us feel secure and helps us to love all the parts of ourselves, is blocked. Let's see what's blocking. What's going on? What's blocking our love heart center? What's going on? What's blocking our heart center, please? Thank you. We have two cards. We have the Page of Swords. I don't know if I showed you the Lover's card, but that's what it looks like. And then we have the Page of Swords, which I think looks pretty cool. So yeah, Page of Swords, swords being thoughts, the royal cards, the face cards, being like traits and attributes. This is immature thoughts, immature thought patterns. And then we have the Eight of Swords, which is communication being blocked because of like repetitive thoughts or thought cycles, as would be represented by that Page of Swords. It's that underdeveloped ability to see within oneself and examine one's mind before acting. That's kind of blocking our heart center here. So that goes right back to our original card, the Bone Collector, right? Didn't that say something about that? Whew. Yeah. My mind just went completely blank, so I'm gonna go look in the book and see, because I'm positive I said something about that while I was talking. See if you are fully present or reacting out of past conditioning and unconscious expectations. Yeah. Please be patient as I read. What we know about ourselves thus becomes influenced by a perception of limitation. Yeah, this is our perception of limitation right here. There you go. It's those immature thought patterns holding us back from communication with those around us and with ourselves. All that. Those immature thought patterns. How do we heal? You saw that flip? Nothing showing. So let's see. How do we heal? There we go. Four of Swords. Well, that's pretty straightforward. We gotta rest. We gotta take a break. You gotta take a breather. You gotta stop doing what you're doing for a little bit. You gotta kind of take some time. Elaborate on this rest that we need to take. What does it look like? That's so many cards. There's no way. Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. Please, simplify. What does the rest look like? What are you talking about? Why? Alright, we're just gonna get a chunk of cards. Alright. Ugh, pardon. I didn't mean to get so close. I apologize. Personal space. I won't do it again. I will do my best. Alright, so we're gonna go through these 4 cards that we got. Some of them look like they were reversed. They all came flying out. I'm just gonna read them out to you as is. If something seems to you like it is a blocked energy, it probably is, you know. Alright, so first we have the Three of Swords, which is truth piercing the heart. That does not necessarily mean that it is something that feels negative or is negative. It's just something like a realization. It's an intense realization that is often hard to internalize and to accept. This can be beliefs about ourselves that we are not able to believe or process or like properly internalize, like going from that depressed mentality of like, I'm all alone, nobody loves me, I'll always be alone, nothing's ever going to change, that kind of thing. Shifting that mentality to like, my situation can change if I choose, you know. If I decide, then things can change, you know. And then asking the question, what can I do to make a change? And it can be something itty bitty, it doesn't need to be big, it can be little incremental changes. That's usually how big changes happen over time, is itty bitty little baby steps, one at a time, you know. So progress is progress, no matter how small. Page of Cups is the next card. I don't know if I showed you the Three of Swords. I got distracted by reading it, so there's that. We have the Page of Cups next. So this is the spirit needing development as well. Our thoughts and our spirit are immature at this time. It does not necessarily mean that you are like objectively immature as a person. It just means that we're relying, and also please keep in mind, we exist in cycles. Usually it's an upward cycle, not always, but usually it's an upward cycle. So you'll come back to the same points in your spiritual, mental, emotional journey. You will hit the same speed bumps over and over again, but they'll be on a higher level. You know, kind of like if you're going through like a parking garage trying to get to the roof and you keep hitting the speed bump on the same spot, you know. So you just got, at some point you got to learn that you're going to have to slow down coming up to the speed bump and prepare yourself, you know. You can't be hitting that speed bump going 50 miles an hour every single time. After the first or second time, you got to figure out that there's probably going to be another speed bump, right? Right? I'm just saying. It's just a metaphor, I think. Anyway. Let me continue. So the Page of Cups. Six of Cups is the next card. I present to you the Six of Cups. We love the Six of Cups. It is balanced. It is balanced spiritual energy. It's connecting with our inner child. So the rest means, so far, I haven't gotten to our last card, but we're going to recap because I need to. Okay? The rest that we need looks like accepting the truths about ourselves that we have maybe been avoiding. Growing ourselves spiritually, and connecting with our inner child. Okay? And finally, judgment. Oh, we love that.
you appreciate judgment. It's not a pretty, oh, well, obviously it's a pretty card, but like it's not like a pretty character. Obviously, it's not, isn't that the Winter King? Is that what he's called? You can yell at me in the comments. I don't give a fuck. Judgment is transformation. It's a complete, no. Yes, I'm sorry. Sometimes I get judgment and justice mixed up, but I'm getting it right this time, I swear. You can look it up. Judgment is a transformation. It's that complete and total, it's the rising from the grave after the transformation. It's emerging from the cocoon. Oh, I guess that makes sense then, yeah. He did, like, rise from, like, the ice, didn't he? Like, he, like, rises zombies also. So that makes sense. So, yeah, you're not, hopefully you're not a zombie, because if you were, you'd be in trouble around here, friend. But if you're not a zombie, then resurrection is good. It's a resurrection of your spirit. It's the moment after the speed bump, you know, where you can recover and kind of get yourself together. I hope that made sense. Sometimes I get kind of off track, but I'm pretty sure I covered my bases here. Yeah. Listen, my ADHD is not currently medicated, so you're just gonna have to make do with a distracted tarot card reader. If you want, obviously. You don't have to be here. That's fine. But anyway. Anything else we need to know? Another fat pile of cards. Why? For what reason are we doing this, y'all? Okay. We've got the Magician. And this is, at this point, just general messages, okay? We've gone over our basic, the relating to our bone collector, our heart center, our connection with divine love is currently blocked because we're acting a little bit foolish, and it is time to mature ourselves by taking a break, doing some spiritual exploration and growth, and connecting with our inner child, and allowing ourselves to be reborn after this little speed bump. Cool. Wonderful. I'm so glad we're on the same page. So the next card is the Magician. I don't remember his name, but I remember loving this character. The Magician is, as the Bone Collector said, I just said we were done referring to the Bone Collector, but as the Bone Collector said, the Magician is having all of the tools necessary to be successful. It's being the alchemist, the person who can transform a situation into a success through their own internal abilities, right? So this could be ourselves. This is what we're doing. We're becoming this person, right? Or we're embodying this person. We're acting as if we are this person at the very least. The Ace of Spears. So the spears are going to be the swords. But no, they don't have wands, right? Because there's no, like, magic in this show. So this will be our wands. So, yeah. So Ace of Spears is our Ace of Wands, which is our fire element, which is your emotions, friend. So this is the beginning of an emotional journey. This is the beginning of emotional growth and expansion. And the Magician is also the number 1. And so is the Bone Collector. So we have a trio of wands here. We love that. We love a trio of wands. Da, 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 da. 1, 1, 1. We are at the beginning, the very beginning of some emotional growth. We love that for us. The next card is the Empress. Yes. Targaryen? Daenerys Targaryen? I think I got it. Go ahead and holler at me in the comments if I got it wrong. Correct me all day long. Do it, please. So the Empress is another like character in the tarot who literally has everything that they need internally in order to be successful. Specifically, the Empress is the embodiment of like the ultimate feminine energy. Receptive and yeah, receptive energy. It's the energy that kind of sits and waits and draws inward toward itself other energies. The Empress is that, right? It is a grounded, like a cave, you know, but warmer, like a hobbit hole. You know, it's something that draws you in and brings you like the deepest comfort and satisfaction when you're within the presence of that energy. And the Empress and the Magician would be ourselves, you know, those of us who are here. This is us. We don't have to push forward or reach outside of ourselves in order to be successful or gain the things that we need. This isn't the emperor who needs to be responsible and take action immediately. This is the Empress. This is someone who waits, who calculates, who allows things to happen and doesn't necessarily react, not right away. There's like there's a slow progression before the action is taken. When the Empress is present, action will be taken, but sometimes it takes a little while, just like it took Daenerys a while. It feels like it took her forever to get to the place she needed to be, because it didn't happen till like the very, 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 very end, right? Right? Am I remembering correctly? I feel like I'm losing my mind. Well, I'm not losing. I'm not losing my mind because it is lost. But I have lost my memory. Also, as well, I guess. Anyway, Seven of Spears is the last card we have here. Another emotion card. So, next thing we need to know is emotional growth. You know, we're capable of it. We have everything we need. We can grow. But with that Seven of Wands, emotionally, we're on the defensive. So maybe we need to... I hesitate to say that we need to let our guard down, because the Nine of Wands would be more of that, like being very guarded. But with the Seven is more like use caution. The Seven of Spears kind of encourages you to stay emotionally guarded. Can we get some clarification on that, some of those maybe, please? Because that doesn't make... Ooh, why are we throwing a hissy fit? Why are you always giving me giant piles of cards? Anyway, don't mind me. The demon comes out when I get too many cards. So we got the King of Swords, the Page of Coins, and the Hermit to tell us a little bit more about the Seven of Spears. The Seven of Spears, usually, objectively speaking, being guarded emotions and being self-righteous, but like not necessarily in a negative way, kind of knowing that you're in the right emotionally. But I guess it can be like a negative kind of self-righteous as well. So for clarification, King of Swords. So the King of Swords is that clear, present truth, clear, objective truth, The Page of Coins is is having the ability to be ready for anything, right? It's a person who is grounded, who thinks so far ahead that they are like deeply prepared for maybe too many things sometimes. Maybe they're a little over prepared and a little burdened by the need to be prepared sometimes, but generally it just means like someone who's like really ready to adapt to any situation because they've thought through every potential outcome, right? And then the Hermit. So yeah. This is being emotionally guarded in order to uncover truth. This is protecting yourself from other people's emotional influence in order to seek objective truth. That's what I've got for you there. You know, because the Hermit is that isolation, you know, which I did not say, I realized. So because the Hermit represents like a deep, self-inflicted isolation, self-inflicted, very important note on the Hermit. Self-inflicted pause and isolation. The Hanged Man is... Oh no, I've forgotten the word for when something is not involuntary. There you go. An involuntary pause in action is the Hanged Man. The Hermit is a voluntary pause. This is a pause, an isolation that one chose for themselves in order to examine truths, to examine themselves, in order to prepare themselves for something that is upcoming, in order to think through every possibility so that they can move forward with confidence, perhaps. That feels good. That feels good. Yes, okay. I have one last deck. We're gonna pull one card from Opal. This is my Celtic Goddess Oracle. It did not come with a book, so we will only read the words on the card, and then we will be done. Yay! Thanks for being here. I appreciate you. I appreciate your time. You've been with me for 28 minutes. Oh my gosh. What? No, that's... Thank you. Final message, please. 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 Can I get a final message, please? Hey, what are we doing? Program? Thank you. Danu, an Irish goddess. There's not, again, I'm so sorry. I don't really have a sense of spatial awareness, so if I'm ever getting too close to you, please just let me know. Anyway, Danu, Irish, goddess of fertility, bounty, plenty, prosperity, wind, rivers, water, wells, wisdom. Ooh, so many W's. I'm loving the alliteration. And inspiration. From her flowed all life. Her name means knowledge. She's represented by the apple. Danu, that will probably show up backwards for you, but there, that's the card. Yeah, that's it. That's all I got for you guys. Thanks so much. I'm not sure what I'm getting from this card. I'm gonna have to sit with it for a little bit. Goddess of fertility, bounty, plenty, prosperity. I mean, I guess that's good. Well, let's just. I'm so sorry. I'm just gonna take a scoot back. Let's talk to Danu for a second and request humbly, just ever so humbly, just request that she give a little blessing or watch over us. Just anything she can spare, if we don't mind. O goddess Danu, from whom all life flowed, whose name means knowledge, give us your blessing, help our feet be light, raise our spirits, and help us connect with our inner child. Please, and thank you. Amen. Okay, cool. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. I appreciate your time. So I hope you have a good night. I hope this helped.